Hello, MotoAmerica fans. It's time for another episode of Off Track with Carruthers and Bice. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you may even learn something from this unlikely pair and their special guest. The mic is yours, Paul and Sean.
Hello, MotoAmerica fans. Welcome to this latest edition of Off Track with Carruthers and Bice. We have another special video version of us where you have to deal with me seeing my ugly face, but you get to see Mr. Handsome over here, communications manager for MotoAmerica, Paul Carruthers. And we're also joined by Chris Cornell. No, he's not. It's not Chris Cornell at all. It's JD Beach. JD Beach with Estenson Racing, and this weekend he's with the fresh and lean Yamaha, a progressive Yamaha Racing Superbike team. He's going to be on, I don't know if it's exactly Cam Petersen's bike. Is it Cam Petersen's bike, JD, or is it another bike?
No, it's as far as I know, it's the bike that he raced. So Hayes raced it at Brainerd, and then me and him both rode it at Coda, and now I'm riding it here. I think I'm riding it, but it still has Hayes' 4 on it, so I'm kind of waiting for them to take that off.
At least put a 1 in front of it or something.
Yeah, because we can confirm from the entry list, it does say 95, which is the right number for JD Beach, of course, as we know, and it's a number you've been running for a long time. And you know, it's funny, I don't know as much with 95 if people do it, but you know, Hayden Gillum has always been given a hard time about using that 69, and they don't understand the 69 and the 95, what it means to the Gillum family. Certainly you as a Gillum family member extended. I mean, your number 95 is iconic for kind of that family, right? Isn't that kind of the deal?
Yeah. So both of us, like we've or he's ran that number 69 since he started racing. Yeah, and that's kind of for them. That's a family number. And for myself, his brother was 95, and he passed away in 07. So when I went pro, my number that I used before that was taken. So then I switched. Okay. And I wanted to switch, and so I've ran that since I went pro in 2009.
I got a good story real quick.
Okay.
Because when Roger retired, he talked to me on the phone, and we were going to come up with this thing where you were going to get a letter, and we were going to announce that number 95 had been retired. And so he's like, that'll be great because JD will be so upset. And I'm like, and finally we're like, oh, it's probably not a good idea to mess with JD.
But JD, what you're saying, Ethan Gillum was 95.
Yes,
is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So was Roger 95 because of Ethan, or Ethan 95 because of Roger?
No. So Ethan was 95 because of Roger, because there was 3 brothers. There was Ethan, Hayden, and Frankie Lee. Right. And then there's Roger, Nicky, and Tommy. So since they had the 3 numbers, whenever that makes sense. The Gillum started racing, then they and I actually went in order to, like, the oldest one had 22, 69, then
that's cool.
95.
That's amazing, the genetics of that they had 3 boys and it actually worked out that way.
3 boys, and then they all raced too. So
yeah, exactly.
And then they get JD.
Yeah. So I was trying. Was your number 10? What was your number before?
No, so I ran 73 before that because that's what my dad ran. But then I did run 10 when I rode for Attack.
That's what I was thinking of.
2011, because that was when the teams like owned the number, I think, something like that. Yeah. And it was a new bike, and it was a ZX10, so they ran 10. So
gotcha. Yeah, I barely remembered that 10 from that time, but I didn't even realize
I forgot about that.
That could have been a trivia question for us, I guess. So
I want to start off with an AFT question.
Yeah, I've got a couple of AFT questions, so go ahead.
So like it's weird to me, like they had like the Peoria TT, which it's funny enough, I covered the first time Chris Carr won there, like in '86 was one of my first races with Cycle News, and he won the TT, and then he won like a zillion of them. And then Henry Wiles wins a zillion of them. And then now you come in and you're on your way to winning a zillion of them. Where does your advantage? I always think your advantage probably comes from the front brake at a TT, the use of the front brake, and maybe because of your road racing or whatever. Is it that, or is it something else, or is it a bunch of stuff?
Honestly, I think it's a mixture of stuff, because even at that track, it's a half mile with a jump in it, and like the turns are fast, so you don't really use the front brake a lot. And I think part of it is when you land off the jump, there's the right hander and then the left hander, and for myself, I feel like I can land off the jump good, but then drive through the right hander because I've road raced for so long. And then also that going from right to left, I can move the bike quick, because I mean, road racing, that's all you do. You're going from left to right, right to left. And so I think for that, I feel good on the bike, and I feel like the more you do that, your body gets better at doing it and more efficient at doing it. And most of the guys just race dirt tracks, so they go
they'll struggle with that.
And I think motocross too has helped me a lot with the jump. I mean, I'm definitely not the best motocrosser, but when you hit the jump on a twin, I mean, I hit it going probably 80 or so, and we're jumping 110 feet. So like, it's really important on that jump to drive into the face of it, because a lot of guys ride up to it and then just roll off the gas and kind of just coast off of it. And I try to drive into the face of it, so you get more speed, but you're also driving into the jump, so then you don't jump as high too.
So here's a question for you. This is gonna, well, let me see if I can say this the right way, because I'll probably piss off a bunch of AFT people, but I want to ask you about this.
I do all the time. It's all right.
So I've got to bring up now Dallas. I'm not trying to disparage Dallas Daniels at all. He's in the run for the championship, but they mentioned that he achieved a Grand Slam. I'm old school, and I know Larry Lawrence even made a mention of this on his Rider Files thing. Which one do you need to actually win the actual Grand Slam? Because you've won a Superbike race.
Yeah, I mean, I still got to win a half mile and a mile. So I mean, okay. I'm halfway there, I guess. I mean, and I know people call it the real one or whatever, right. But really, it's been so long since it's been combined. Like, and I mean, I've been trying 4 years now just to get a normal one, like just the dirt track side. I mean, it's hard. So like even just getting that one is really cool.
Just call it a dirt track Grand Slam.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when I think it was Breyer Bauman a couple of years ago achieved it, and that was the first time. I think Jared Mees has it too, as I recall.
Yeah, but Jared's actually done it twice.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
So, but he's done it twice, and he's he's like one of three to do it in 1 year too. So, that's a big deal too, because it's like a running thing.
Right.
But if you can do it all in one season, it's like a big deal.
Yeah. That is big. I think Kenny might have been one of the ones that did do it in one season. But yeah, that's why, I mean, I know it's a huge achievement, and I'm glad you said that, because I mean, eventually we dinosaurs are going to be gone from this earth, and you guys are just going to be knowing about the regular Grand Slam and not even think about that. But I mean, I think it's still achievable for you now that, you've got the bike going. And that's the next thing I want to ask you about. I don't know if I know JD Beach to be a patient person, but I think you've got to be pretty patient, because you've hung with that bike for a long time, and that thing would not hook up early, and now it's like been a game changer. So what exactly has changed about that bike? Is it the frame? What's
everything.
The deal?
Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, the first two years with the team, I was pissed. It was hard. I learned a lot about myself, about racing. Looking back now, like, I'm glad that I put myself through that, because it was hard, and there was definitely times where I was pissed and yelling, throwing stuff, but I finally figured out that like getting pissed and throwing stuff and yelling, like it doesn't help. Like, but like I want to win so bad, and like for myself, like I like if I'm pumped, if I'm sad, like people know that, but so I've worked a lot on myself, like being calm, staying calm. But and then so with the bike, yeah, it's changed. It's changed a lot. I mean, the frame is completely different. I think throughout the years we went through 5 frames, motor stuff, like just all kinds of stuff, and it's been a lot of work. And I tested a lot. I did a lot of laps. We broke a lot of stuff. I've crashed because the bike broke. Like it was a lot of work. But now to finally have a bike that can win, and the bike's leading the point, or it's 1 point out from leading. Of course, it's not me, but it's really cool to have seen the bike improve that much, and for myself to put myself through all that and to grow from it, and so I think that's one thing that I'm really proud of myself, is how much I've grown through all this, and have learned a lot, and I think that will help me out a lot throughout my whole life.
Yeah, I mean, I think at one time you had told me the bike has never lacked for power. It was trying to get that power to the ground. Wasn't that one of the things that was an issue?
Oh yeah. We could, it definitely we could make it spin a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and spinning doesn't move you forward, and that's a big problem for it. I don't know if you saw, I recently did a story about brakes and the fact that, well, I want to ask you about this. So I know you are a rear brake guy. I remember when you raced in Super Sport with Graves Yamaha, and I told this story where your rear brake you'd come in and your rear rotor would be smoking a lot of times. And I think they even tried to put a lot of holes in it to make it so you didn't use it too much. You're just going to use the rear brake. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So you get on this, the Superbike at the Yamaha R1 Superbike at COTA, and there's no brake pedal on the right-hand side. Did you know that it wasn't even on that bike?
I had no idea that it wasn't on the bike. Like I showed up, and like they didn't even say anything. I was kind of looking at it. I'm like, that thing don't have no rear brake on it. But honestly, I've been working really hard when I do track days to not use the rear brake, because I got a stock R6 that I use to go just to go ride, and I put the bike together myself, and with the ABS and stuff like that, the way I got the way I deleted it, and like, cause I don't have ABS on the front brakes, but it's still hooked up on the rear, and like it's kind of rigged together. So if I use the rear brake, it pushes fluid out, so like I can't use it anyways. So
good mechanical skills.
Wow.
So yeah, so I doing a lot of track days, I've been making myself not use the rear brake. So when I got on that bike, it wasn't too big of a deal.
And your progression at COTA, that we were watching the lap times, you made a big jump from the first day to the second day. What do you attribute that to? Just getting comfortable on the bike? Did they make a lot of setting changes to it for you?
One thing is it's just doing laps. I mean, the bike that I ride at track days has half the horsepower. Like, so I mean that's a lot. So just getting used to that power was hard. But and with the team, it was actually great, because they didn't force me not to change stuff, but we didn't start to chase stuff with the bike. So I just rode it. And got to where like I was braking hard and I was getting on the gas. So then we started to make changes, and like I was slowly dropping time. I was feeling good, and then once I kind of got in a good range, then we changed some stuff on the bike, and then I really started to drop time, and then so I kind of worked into the bike, and then we worked the bike around me.
It's cool that this race you get to race it 3 times, huh?
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I mean, I think everybody knows I love to race. So I mean, we get 2 races. I know there's some guys that would rather just do 2 races all weekend, but I mean, I'm pumped to do 3.
You do 3 in one day.
Oh yeah, I do 6 as a weekend if we could.
Do you have the R6 practice bike to keep yourself fresh for road racing? Does it help you in flat track at all? just to do laps on any kind of motorcycle, or is it really for road racing?
No, I think for myself, I mean, of course, if I get a call like this, I want to be as as best as I can be. But also, I mean, I just like riding bikes, and luckily I've got a track hour away from the house, so I think I've been going there about once a month or so, just trying to ride, and I think training, like, it doesn't matter if I'm riding flat track, motocross, woods, on the road, but like it's good to be on a bike. It's good to use the throttle, brake, clutch, shift, and stuff. So luckily for me, I know what I'm doing on a street bike. So I do like to spend time on one.
That's the track. Is that the Bowling Green?
Bowling Green, yeah.
Hayden talks about that one. How is it? How does that work? Do you have to rent it, or the track? Do they have a lot of track days, or they just say, hey, here's JD, let him come in and do whatever he wants?
I just make a phone call. I'm like, hey, I'm going to come ride today.
Are you serious?
No.
That'd be pretty awesome if you did.
No, it's just like local track days that go. And then like we'll go and ride.
Okay. And yeah. I've heard it's a nice track, but it's a little tricky. Is it smaller?
I mean, the lap times, it's like a minute 48 or something like that.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's actually a really fun track, and it flows really well. There's just like two spots where the walls are a little too close, and it's kind of fast right there. But on a stock bike, and I mean, I'm not there to race, so I can just back off just a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's not bad at all.
How many calls have you had to race a bagger?
I've had a few, but my problem is I don't think I could touch on one.
well, we know Patricia Fernandez can't, so
yeah,
that's everybody's problem except for like Lewis and a bit of Gillum can touch a bit. I would imagine.
Yeah, no, I've had a few calls, but the class is really cool, and the bikes have from 2020 whenever they did the first race at Laguna, I was there, and I was looking at Hayden's bike. I'm like, you're gonna ride that thing? And like just watch him down the straightaway because it didn't have a quick shifter. It looked like he was going to get food. He's just and like it was just like, I don't know, but like it's crazy how much the bikes have improved.
Yeah, like super bikes now.
So that's definitely something. Maybe a few years down the road, I would look into doing. Right now, I don't know how Hayden can get on 3 different bikes and go race. Like I want to be on one type of bike and race that. So the bagger isn't quite. I'm not quite there yet, but it's definitely something that I'd probably like to do down the road.
Now you've made no secret that you would like to get back in this paddock. Is the only thing that interests you a superbike ride, or would you be interested in coming back and racing Supersport again? Or is it just like how you can put the program together where you're not spending a bunch of money?
Yeah, I mean, that's really, I mean, I can't spend, I can't pay for a ride and I can't do it for free. And I mean, our dirt track team it's a great team, and the program's really good. And, road racing is something that I love to do, and if the right thing came up and it was the right team, good people, good bike, I mean, if I'm going to do it, I want to be able to win and fight at the front. I mean, that's what I was doing when I left here, and I feel like I'm still young, and I feel like I can still fight for wins. So if the right deal came up and it was the right group of people, it would be something that I'd definitely think about. And but it wouldn't be something where I just was yes, but it would be something that I'd definitely probably lose sleep over and really think about it.
Well, the thing about this deal, I'm sure there's a factor there in that Estenson races Yamahas. You're racing a Yamaha here. I don't know, maybe that's not an issue, or maybe it is with regard to your relationship with Yamaha. You've been racing for Yamaha a really long time. would it have to be aboard a Yamaha for in the future for you, or if it's a good enough deal? I mean, as much as Yamaha means to you, it means a lot for you to get back in the game. So would you consider a ride that wasn't on that same brand? And I'm thinking of Cameron Bobier a little bit there. I mean, look at what he's doing now. So
yeah, I mean, I would think about it for sure, but this brand, I mean, they've been great to me, and I think that's part of the reason why I get to do this ride, just because I've been with the brand. I mean, I've rode this brand since 2012, so I mean, it's been a long time. And prior to that, I rode it for two seasons too. So I mean, I've been with them. I mean, maybe not a factory team, but been within their support for a long time. So I mean, yes, it would be great to stay with them, and they've been really good to me. And whenever Cameron Petersen did get hurt, they called me about it. So it's really cool to be with a brand that respects us so much.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something, a point of distinction there, JD. So Richard Stanboli runs that team, but it's a factory team in the sense that the riders are really contracted through Yamaha themselves. And I think I'm right in this. Tom Halverson probably is the one that contacted you, right, about doing this ride?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So it's still with Yamaha factory. Tom Halverson is a longtime Yamaha employee. He's the team manager for road racing teams. So he's the one that's all through the paddock talking to a lot of the Yamaha riders. And these guys still deal with Tom on this stuff. And obviously, does Tom get involved with you very much in the flat track side of things?
No, probably with the team they do, but I just deal with the team. So okay. I don't know exactly what all they do, but I know Jim Roach too has a lot to do with our team.
Yeah. I don't know if Jim's going to be here this weekend or not, but I imagine Tom will be here, so it'd be good to see them. You've been on this track before. Yeah,
it's been a few years. 2019 was my last time. So
okay.
So it's been some time, but I mean, it still goes the same way, except for the chicane.
Yes,
so,
the chicane.
Was that Super Sport?
No, I rode Superbike once here.
Oh, okay.
The chicane has created a lot of discussion on social media and various other areas. And I had talked to Josh Hayes about it, who said he thinks it's great. He said he thinks it's kind of funny that a lot of people are talking about it a lot. He even said if it were up to him, he might have made it a little bit slower. How do you feel about chicanes in general? If you're going to have one, you probably want one that's going to stop you a little more than that. The one before, it's like you could almost still do a little bit of a straight line. So it was kind of odd, wasn't it?
Yeah, I feel like chicanes, they're there because the track's too fast or the wall's too close like here. And for myself, I mean, if a series is trying to do something to make it safer for us, I don't know why. And as long as it is, like, there's no reason to complain about it. I mean, it is what it is. We're all on the same track. But if it came down to where it's not safe or something, yeah, we need to say something. But when the series is trying to help you, and the one thing too is riders aren't good at helping themselves. Right. I mean, we want to go as fast as we can, and if a lot of times a chicane makes it harder for us, so we don't like them. But yeah. I guess maybe I'm older now, but there's a lot more things that I could complain about than a little chicane.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of times racers need to be protected from themselves.
Yes. Exactly, yeah.
And that's when the organization comes in and says,
yeah. I just think racers sometimes lose that sight.
Right, like if your bike worked really good through a fast corner with a close wall, you're more likely to be okay with it than the guy whose bike doesn't work through that corner.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. I was thinking about this on the way in, and I could ask this to any really rider, flat track rider, road racer. I don't know if you're the right person to ask this to, but I'm going to ask you. When I'm sometimes I'll be in a car and I'll get to wherever I need to go, and I'll realize I don't even know how I got here because I'm thinking about other things all the time. And I don't really do that on a motorcycle as much on the street because I'm kind of paying attention quite a bit.
Good.
Well, and I don't even know if it's paying attention. It's more like sometimes you think about things. When you're on a race bike, are you thinking all the time about what you're doing. Do you ever think about other things? Famously, Josh Herron will talk about sometimes he'll look at the big screen going around or something and see himself, or he'll see the crowd waving to him. Are you constantly focused on what you're doing?
That's the thing, is like when I'm on a bike, and I think that's why I love it so much, my mind is just blank. Like I'm not even thinking about anything. And I think that's what most guys that are fast, like you don't have to think about, oh, I got to brake here. Oh, I got to get on the gas. Your body just does it. And so my days when I'm going really good, it's just, it's just blank. Like there's nothing going on. Like I'm not thinking about what I'm going to eat. I'm not thinking about the track. I'm not thinking about how I'm going to pass this next guy. Like it's just it's like if it was a screen, it'd just be white. Like there's just nothing.
Do you use, like, they always say, like, I'm just hitting my marks. Do you use marks, or is it just like your brain tells you brake here, gas here? I mean, is there stuff you're looking at? You're not going, oh, there's that blade of grass, I need to get on the gas here.
Yeah, when it comes to braking, I do like when it's a fast straight to like a hard brake zone. I do like to find something just so it's consistent. But like for me, a lot of it's just feel. Like it just depends on the turn. But I think that's what's kind of helped me in dirt track too, though, is like I do like to try to find something as a mark, and like it might not be where I always brake at or always let off the gas, but then like when I know, when I know when I get to this mark, I better start braking soon.
I just have one last question, because I know we got to wrap it up, but what expectations do you set on yourself for a weekend like this? Because it's got to be hard when you come into a series and everybody's, over the halfway mark, and they've got their stuff probably as sorted as it's going to get. And then you show up and, like we talked about earlier, at least you get your race at 3 times. But how do you feel about that? I mean, what does that do for you?
It's hard. I mean, as a racer, and when I was here last time full time, I mean, I was a guy that could win a race, and I was up front a lot. And so for myself in my mind, like I want to fight for the win, but I know it's going to be really hard. So for myself, I'm just going to go out that first time and see where I'm at, and see what my times are. And my big goal is just every time I go out to go faster, and not do the same thing every time I go out. And I know for me, when I go race, I always go faster. So in the race, I just want to be battling with whatever group is next. Like I want to just
moving up groups.
Yeah. Just keep going. And if that's 6th the first day, then 5th, and then 4th, or whatever. I mean,
so you'll win Sunday afternoon, race 3.
Yeah, hopefully. But no, I mean, I just want to just get better.
Yeah, chip away at it.
Yeah.
JD, as we sit here, I mean, if I sit and think about this too much, I'm going to start tearing up, because here you are. You're back, baby. You're back. We got Cameron back here. You're here. I wish you the best of luck this weekend at this track. And I mean, we're going to have great weather. There's a lot of fans come here. I know you used to race at Mid-Ohio, and that was a little bit of a home track for you. So this track is a little bit more of a distance, but those fans are going to be here, and they're going to be ready to see you race. And good luck to everybody out there this weekend, but certainly you. And, I hope this isn't just a one-off. See how it goes this weekend. We've got a couple more rounds in this season. Maybe you're going to continue racing. We'll see. But best of luck with this and next year and everything too. So.
Oh, and your old rival Gerloff showing up for Sunday.
He is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
He's coming to see you, because
that's really cool. Yeah. I mean, and I was just going to say, I mean, I don't know how many more times I'll get a ride a factory Superbike. So for myself, I mean, this might be my last time. So I just want to go out there and have fun and enjoy it, and and we'll see how the week goes.
All right. Well, good luck and have fun.
We're going to have fun watching you too. Okay, that's it for this one. Thanks so much, fans, for tuning in, and we'll have another one coming up soon. Thank you.